BRB. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna probably start, but Caroline is like those of you who know her in real life know that like bedtime is not her strong suit. And then when we enter in daylight savings, she's a mess. She's not going to bed. So she's gonna be here shaking the camera and talking in the background. So bear with me. I am gonna try to stay as focused as possible, but she's gonna make it difficult. I already know. Kendall, she already started recording. Okay, so we're going to talk about this was really Sadie's idea, so I'm sure she's going to she's got some good points, but I do have some good notes that I'm going to try to get across to you guys. So we are going to talk about vision and how you can envision your dream life instead of just picturing working for a paycheck, you know? So we're talking about how to really create a vision for why you're in this business. People are still hopping on. Okay, so your vision for your life and your business, but your life and your business. I want you guys to know that this particular Zoom is not just business related. It's going to talk about your personal life. It's going to talk about your business life. Oh my gosh, hot mess. And when you're thinking about your vision for your life and for your business, there needs to be some sort of emotion attached to it. Okay. It can't just be that you're working for a paycheck. There's got to be something deeper than that. You need a really clear vision of what you want 10 years down the line. It needs to be clear. It can't just be, I want to be rich. Okay. Because if you just say, I want to be rich, nothing's going to change. Okay. You need a plan. What do you want in your bank account? What's your vision? What do you want your husband to be working a 9 to 5? Hey, can you close that door? No. Thank you. Sorry, my husband just got home. But you need a 10-year plan, and you need it to be clear and precise so that you can make the steps to get there instead of just blindly saying, I want to be rich or whatever it is. I love this analogy. Sadie said something like this a while back, and it struck me today, where you wouldn't start a road trip from New York to California without planning it. You wouldn't just hop in your car and drive from New York to California. That's outrageous. So you shouldn't plan to go from food stamps to $100,000 a month without a plan. Okay. You've got to plan out the in between, and you've got to get really clear on what it is that you're wanting at the end of your journey. You know, if you're coming from New York to California, you need to know what your California goal is. Do you see what I'm saying? So, I love this too. If you have really huge goals, this just kind of backs up what I've already said. If you've got really big goals but absolutely no idea in the world how to hit those goals, you're not gonna hit them. So if you just keep saying over and over, I want to be senior director of influence, senior executive director of influence, but you don't know how to get there, you don't know what the ranks are in between, you don't know what your team members need to hit, you're never going to get there. Just saying it over and over, it's never going to happen. So you need to write down, it needs to be physical, it needs to be visual in front of your face. You need to write down what your goals are, what your vision is, what you want out of life. And it doesn't just have to be business related. Just like on the post that Kendall made this morning in the team page where we were talking about goals, it can be your health, it can be your family, your friends, your kids, your career, your business, whatever it is, you need to write down what your 10-year plan is. So go ahead and, not right now, but spend 30 minutes this week and sit down and write out where you see yourself in 10 years, where you see yourself health-wise 10 years from now, where you see yourself business-wise 10 years from now, where you see yourself financially 10 years from now. But you can't just stop there. You need to make a 5-year plan as well. Okay, you need to take a step backwards. So you make the 10-step plan or the 10-year plan. And then you need to kind of rewind it. You need to go, okay, so in 10 years, I want to have X, Y, and Z. So in 5 years, I should be halfway to that. So what is halfway to that? What's my 5-year plan? You don't want your 5-year plan to be that you're a millionaire. I'm not going to say unrealistic, but if your 10-year goal is to be a millionaire, your 5-year goal needs to be that you have $500,000 in your bank account, you know? And then you need to even dial it in a little bit more. You make a 3-year plan and a 1-year plan. These all need to be very visual things that you can take a look at. I have my notebook that this is like my another one of my business Bibles. I have like my planner and I have my notebook. And I write everything down in my notebook. So I've got my 10-year, my 5-year, my 3-year, and my 1-year vision. And my 1-year vision does not look anything like my 10-year vision. Okay, nothing. It's not supposed to. Okay, you guys, it's baby steps. So you can't just, oh, I already said that. Hold on. Oh, I love this too. You guys need to like literally write this down, put it on your fridge, because we get so caught up in like the social norms of everything that we just choose to play small in our lives because that's what's normal is, just playing small and not taking big risks and not having big dreams because that's not what's normal. We're told go to work 40 hours a week, that, living paycheck to paycheck is normal because everyone around you does it or did it at one point. That we're told that those are normal things. And so we're like, well, it's okay. I got a 50-cent pay raise at my job. So it's okay that I'm playing small because everyone else plays small. You guys, if you're here and you're on this Zoom and you have already broken the social norm by joining a network marketing company, there is no reason that you should be listening to the social norms of everything else in your life, okay? There is absolutely no reason in the world other than your own mind that you are not succeeding in your business. You are convincing yourself that you're not worthy of these big dreams and these big visions. I promise you, you are. You are no different than the top ranked leader in any company. You're no different than anyone else. Every successful person that I know has a sob story from when they were at the bottom. Every single one that I know. They all started with nothing, worked their butts off, went against the social norm of what every other person in their life told them to do, and they made it happen. So stop playing small with your life. Okay, stop thinking that you're over dreaming because you're not, and stop thinking that your dreams are unrealistic because they're not. You're not planning properly is the thing. You need to come up with a 1-year, a 3-year, a 5-year, and a 10-year plan because, yeah, when you're thinking, oh, I want to be rich 10 years from now, but you're not thinking 1, 3, or 5 years from now, you're just thinking of this huge gap in between and not knowing what to do. It is overwhelming and it is unattainable. But if you sit down and you make a plan and you're working with the right people, it's not unattainable. So stop playing small with your life. Stop asking yourself as well, or stop asking yourself if you're worthy of your dreams. Okay. Don't second guess yourself and think, am I worthy of even being successful in this or in my career, in any aspect of your life? Am I worthy of being that person? Okay. You need to switch your mindset around and you need to start saying, is that goal worthy of me? Or can I even do more than that? Okay. Like it all starts with your mindset. So you've got to stop wondering if you are worthy of these goals because you are 100%. You are. You just have to work towards it and adjust who you are and how you think in order to attain it. And this also goes back to what I was saying a minute ago. Transformation comes from a distressing dilemma. I heard this quote today in a podcast that I was listening to. Transformation comes from a distressing dilemma. How many people do you know that have become very successful or are very, you meet people in your life that are much kinder than you maybe are, or much more understanding, or you hear the saying, you're a better person than me. Those people, when you're talking to those people, 10 times out of 10, they've been through something. Okay. They've gone through some sort of trauma in their life that has transformed them into this new person that they are now, that they're working towards being. every single one of you on here, I promise, has gone through something. You're thinking of something in your head where you're like, I went through a nasty divorce. I lost a child, or I lost my home, or I was living off of the food bank and food stamps. Like, we've all been through things. Okay. Some of us have been through all of those things. Um, it's okay to use that as fuel to your fire to get to your dreams. Don't use it as a crutch, okay? Use that to help transform you into the person who is worthy of your visions, okay? The last thing I have here is oh nope, that was it. Was to stop using your problems as a crutch. Start using them as the fuel to your fire, okay? I'm gonna pass it over to Sadie. That's all that I had.
Okay, so some of the stuff that I have in my notes might be a little bit repetitive, but I don't know, me and Hope are two different people, so you'll probably get two different messages from us. But the first thing is, okay, a lot of people, and you've probably been here in society, do not have a vision for their life. We're not taught to sit down and make a vision of like, well, what do you want in life? Like, what do you truly want? We're taught, okay, go to college and get a career, and then you retire, and then you can do what you want. So this isn't the norm. So it's a total mindset shift to sit down and actually think about what you want out of your life. And it's actually pretty sad that society isn't taught to dream big and go after their dreams and their goals. But like Hope said in the beginning of this, kind of the trip thing is, when you're like, you can't get to a destination, or you can't go to a destination without having a vision. When you plan a trip, you look at the hotel, you look at what it looks like on the inside, you like envision yourself being there, like, oh, that's so pretty, that's so cool, like I want to stay in that one. And then you look at, maybe the attractions or the towns that are there, or the beaches, whatever. You envision yourself in those places, you research it, you look up pictures, like you pick out where you want to go. You can't just jump into this and be like, okay, I have no idea what I want out of this. I'm just going to throw some posts up and I'm just going to, just going to wing it. You have to envision it. Like, my vision is so big. I'm not just in this for a quick buck. And let me tell you, I have been here in network marketing for almost 4 years, and I'm not a millionaire. I don't make hundreds of thousands of dollars, but I will. Like, I have a vision so big that, like, I'm thinking of generational wealth, like wealth that I can pass down to my kids and their kids, wealth that I can put my grandparents' bills on like auto pay and pay them back for things. Is it going to happen in a year? Probably not. Is it going to take me probably another 5 to 10 years? Yeah, but that's okay, because I have two choices. I can continue to work for that for the next 5 to 10 years, or I can be like, oh, it's not happening when I want it to, so I'm just going to give up, and I'm never going to go after that. Okay, if you give up, you're never going to get to that point that you want to get to. So a strong vision is going to carry you through the hard times. Okay, when I get down and I'm feeling negative, or I'm in a bad headspace, I just did this last week. I was like, okay, you're in a negative headspace. Like, if you ever gave up on this, you're basically giving up on giving your daughter a better life. And I can't do that. I cannot give up on my daughter and giving her a good life, because, like, I'm a college dropout. I don't have any great plans or a plan B to create a dream life for myself, to build a nice house. I don't want to wake up when I'm 40 years old living in a little tiny house like I'm living in now. Is it fine for now? Yeah, but I want bigger and I want better for myself. So if I throw in the towel and I'm like, things got hard, I'm basically saying, well, it's hard, so I don't deserve those things in life. Your vision will keep you fueled on your journey. Hold on, I gotta exit out of this notification that's blocking me. So I went over that. If I want you to envision, if you give up, what your life is going to look like in 10 years. If you give up, are you still going to be in the same exact position? Are your bills still going to be behind? Are you still going to be living paycheck to paycheck? If you put your all into this and you show up and you do the things that we're telling you to do for your business, you are going to find success. It might not happen in 6 months or a year. A lot of people, it takes a solid 5-6 years. A lot of my leaders in previous companies, they worked their asses off for years for that 6-figure income that they now talk about. and I'm only on year 3.5, you guys. So I'm fairly new to this still. It can take a lot of people time. There is people that, blow up in a year, 6 months. You can't put a time frame on it. I also want you, like Hope said, picture your life 10 years from now. Okay. Who are you going to be? Where are you going to be? Where are you going to be living? What does your house look like? What does your life look like? Are you a stronger person because you persevered through a bunch of hard shit? Sit down and actually close your eyes and envision what you want. I've done that so many times. I specifically dream of having a house in the country with a wraparound porch, my dog's running around, my daughter, she's older, she's running around in the yard. Like, I sit there and I envision it, and it brings me to tears because just picturing myself there, like when I get there, looking back at my entire journey and being like, I went through some hard shit, but it was so worth it. And that hard shit in between is going to inspire so many people, because there's so many people on your social media right now that are on Google researching, how do I make extra money? What can I do for an extra side hustle? There are people driving around doing Uber or Instacart or starting up little DIY side hustles just to make extra money to survive, because their jobs ain't cutting it. And you have a vehicle to inspire them to dream bigger, to do better for themselves. Like, we have our hands on an incredible opportunity. And I feel like if I'm not sharing that with my social media, if I'm not sharing my story, my struggles, what I've been through, I'm doing a disservice to people that are watching me, because I have something that could totally change their entire lives. So your journey might be long. Mine is. I'm okay with that. It might be hard. It might have painful moments. You might have, pain attached to things going on in your life. But can you imagine how you're going to feel, like the emotion and the excitement and like the tears when you walk across the stage? Like, it's making me emotional right now. When you walk across the Tori Bell stage at a conference and you're a senior executive director of influence at the top of the company, can you guys imagine how you're going to feel thinking back on your entire journey? Like, fuck yeah, I did this. I persevered. I went through the hard shit. I didn't give up on my vision. I kept going. You're going to have an entire team of women, and because you said yes and because you kept going, change their entire lives. It is so huge. And I wish I could just shake some of you and be like, wake up and realize what you have your hands on. Like, you are worth so much more than you give yourself credit for. Okay. And I hear a lot of excuses out of people, and I'm like, is that excuse really worth giving up on your vision and your dream and your goals? It's not. And no excuses. Like, you can't have excuses. You can have excuses or you can have success, but you cannot have both. You cannot. They cannot exist in the same. They just can't. My journey to nano influencer took me a lot longer than most people. But the day that I promoted and I got to take my last sticky note off, you guys, I cried. I posted my boomerang, like a story of me like crying on my story because I was so excited, and I felt all the emotions because that journey was hard for me, but I was proud of myself. I could have easily given up that month and been like, it's not happening. It's just not happening. But I kept going, and it felt so damn good to take that last sticky note off and be like, yeah, I did that, because I had a vision of like what it would feel like. It's incredible. And I see a lot of people, they're like, well, I didn't go advanced in my, 2 or 3 calendar months that you can get the quick start bonus. You guys, a bonus is temporary. If you don't hit those quick start bonuses, it is okay. It is not life or death for your business. It is literally just an extra bonus. Okay. It might take you 3 months, 4 months, 5 months to go advanced affiliate, but you know what? You keep going, you're going to be senior executive. Okay. Do not let a bonus deter you from your goals and your dreams. There is no timeline on your success. Everyone's is different. God has a plan for every single one of us, and they are all different. Do not, this is a whole other topic we're going to do. Do not compare your journey to somebody else's, because Hope and Kendall both went a lot faster than I have. But I'm not comparing myself to them because I'm a different person. My story's different. I'm meant to inspire different people. Let's see. I just got really off track. Also, a lot of you I have talked to, you're looking for like confidence out of likes and followers and like superficial things. That's not going to that's not going to pull you along on your journey if you get caught up in the likes and the comments and like I need to please all of these people and I need approval from all of these people. Those people, like the vision that you have for your life, those people don't matter. Your likes and your comments aren't going to get you to your, you know, 6-figure income that you want or your stay-at-home mom position that you want. They're not. Your comments and your likes do literally, they're just numbers on your social media. I would rather enroll somebody with a strong heart and a strong business vision and confidence than somebody who has 10,000 followers and gets 500 likes on their pictures, because you know what? That means nothing if they have no vision, if they have no heart, if they have no confidence. I have enrolled people on it that I have found on Instagram. They had a bomb Instagram. I'm like, oh yeah, this girl is gonna kill it, and like we're gonna go so far together. And you know what? She never made her first post. She absolutely could have killed it, but she didn't have the confidence. She didn't have like the vision and the drive to do it. So that's what I'm gonna leave you guys with, is let your vision, your passion fuel your freaking business. If you need to, we haven't planned it out yet, but we do want to do a vision board training, because having your vision and your goals like right in front of you, I feel like is super, super important. Being able to look at them every single day, because God wired our brains to believe whatever we tell it. Okay, so if you keep telling yourself in 10 years or 20 years or whatever, I'm going to be living in my dream house, and you keep telling yourself that, like your brain is going to put in the work that it needs to put in. But if you're telling yourself, I suck, and I haven't went advanced affiliate, and I've been here for 4 months, I can't do it. Well, you know what? You're absolutely not going to do it, because you're telling yourself that you can't. Okay, switch your damn mindset. That's all I got in my notes.
Okay, I have a couple of things that I do want to touch on. How many of you have either gotten a hateful message from someone when you're posting about direct sales, or how many of you are scared about getting a hateful message from someone when you post about your direct sales? Okay, I have been doing this for 7 years. I have gotten, you guys, I honestly, I should have screenshot them and kept them to go back and laugh at now, because at the time, these comments and these messages would consume me, okay, to my core. They would make me emotional. They would make me want to take a step back. They would make me reevaluate. But you want to know what I've learned over the years? And I didn't learn this overnight. No one expects you to feel this way overnight, but it is something that I do encourage you to actively work on, is that my vision for my life and for my kids and for my husband is so much bigger than my haters. Like, people who just don't get what I'm doing, that's okay. If they're out here being hateful to me because I'm posting about whatever it is that I'm posting about, they honestly, those people, they need Jesus, is all I can think of. Is they just, I can't, yes, exactly, most likely they don't have a vision for their own life. I cannot deter the road that I'm on. I cannot give up on my dreams for my life just because somebody on my Facebook doesn't like what I'm posting. They can unfriend me, they can move along. I know that it's a lot easier said than done, you guys. I get that. Okay. But if you constantly live your life in fear of what other people are going to say to you, you're never going to have success. I challenge you to find me one successful person in the world that doesn't have haters. Go to Kylie Jenner's Instagram. Go to Rachel Hollis's Instagram. Go read the comments. There are some hateful people on there. Do you want to know what their bank accounts look like? They look like they don't give a shit about the haters. Like that, literally, that's all I can say on that. One other thing I want to talk about, and this just occurred to me this week. I have been so caught up in trying to hit director. My goal was to hit director back in August. I wanted to be director by the time we went to conference. Conference got canceled, but I have not hit director. and that's okay. I'm not bitter about it or anything. I'm still pushing for it. I'm not going to give up, but I'm a few months behind on my goal. And you want to know what occurred to me today is that I have not been, and this is actually perfect because it's November and we should be talking about what we're grateful for. I have not been embracing how grateful I am for how far I've come. I'm just going to tell you guys a story before we end this. Is that okay? So we're moving to Missouri in like 26 days or something. We're packing up. We're moving to Missouri. I'm from Missouri. I was born there. My family is there. My husband and I live in Colorado. And I have wanted to move back to Missouri for years, like 7 years. Okay. Our entire relationship, I have been begging my husband to move to Missouri. It just hasn't been in the cards. I have been a preschool teacher, and the daycare, the two daycares that I've worked at out here, um, I got free childcare. I was in management at these daycares. And so when I looked into daycares in Missouri, I was taking a hefty pay cut, and it didn't even balance out with the cost of living being lower out there. It was just an unnecessarily ridiculous pay cut, as well as I wasn't going to be getting the free childcare. We've got two kids. So taking a pay cut and losing the free childcare was not in the cards for us. The company that my husband was working for when we first started talking about moving, they didn't have any positions open out in Missouri. So it just wasn't in the cards for us. So we always said, if ever I'm in a position where I can work from home and you can get a job out there, then we'll finally move. And you guys, thanks to Tori Bell and my 7 years that I have just persevered through all of the bullshit that comes with network marketing, I am finally at a place where I work from home, and we are moving from our tiny little 3-bedroom apartment where we pay an absolutely absurd amount of money for it in Colorado versus moving to Missouri where we'll be able to get a 3-bedroom house with a backyard and a basement for half the price. My income's not going to change. I'm not going to take a pay cut. So we're going to be making the same amount of money that we're making now and move and live a better life. And that is what I've wanted for years. And my vehicle to get there was Tori Bell. And I am so grateful for that. I am not where I want to be. I have not hit the rank that I want to hit. I am not rich by any means. If you saw my bank account, you would know I am not rich by any means, you guys. But I have come so far, and I'm so, so, so grateful for that. And I really hope that you guys embrace anywhere that you're at in your journey. If you're advanced affiliate, you should be so freaking proud of that. You should be screaming it from the rooftops. I'm so proud of you, because really, like, the massive success, it all starts somewhere. So that's all that I've got. Sadie or Kendall, do you guys have anything else? No? Sadie, do you?
I was just gonna add one more thing. I think I already talked about it though, but it just sparked my mind. Um, I know vision, we talk about, 10 years down the road, 5 years down the road, but you guys, sometimes my vision is just to be able to walk into a grocery store or any store for that matter and be able to buy whatever the fuck I want without having to look at my bank account. Okay. You can have small visions for yourself, like being able to go grocery shopping without having to use food stamps. That's a vision for me. It's okay. I'm not scared to talk about that because there's a lot of people right now that are in the same position as me. And no, I'm not making thousands of dollars, like I said, but my small visions, even like my visions of being able to put together a freaking, I don't know, a Valentine's Day basket for my daughter for her to wake up to, those kind of things drive me. So don't just get caught up in the big visions that we tend to use as examples. Like the little things matter too, just as much. And sometimes those little things are going to make you, they're going to hit you in the heart harder than the big things. But that's just what I had to add.
Perfect. Kendall, do you have anything? Are you still with us? Okay, perfect. Well, we can go ahead and get off. I know Sundays at 8 o'clock our time are a little more difficult, but that's when Sadie is home and able to give us all the goods. So we're going to start doing our mindset trainings on Sundays at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So that'll be our new Sunday trainings, but I'm so excited. Thanks you guys for getting on, and let's rock November. Tomorrow we've got we're going to kick off November Zoom. So I'm really excited about that. But make sure you screenshot this, go drop it in the contest comments, because that is coming up where you'll be able to get cash, $75, or a ring light, whichever one you want. So screenshot this and go throw it in the comments, and let's have a great week.